For the people on Zoom, please put your devices on mute, and I will tell you to unmute when your case is being called. Also, if you have not watched the advisement video, that's mandatory. I'll need you to watch it now before I call your case. For the people in the courtroom, when I call your name, I'm going to tell you which station to come forward to. While you're at that station, please speak loudly and clearly. Do not touch the microphones. Just speak in a loud, clear voice, and we should be fine. After you're done at the station, I'll direct you to see my clerks in the lobby. Their windows are located to the left once you've exited through the double doors at the rear of the courtroom. When you leave the courtroom, you do need to go out through those double doors, but you do not need to go out through the metal detector. Make the left before you get to the metal detector, and that'll get you to my clerks. You are also required to have watched the advisement video, so if you have not done that, let me know right away, and we'll set you up so you can watch it. All right, let me start with Yael Ramirez, if you would come forward to Station 1. Good morning. All right, I have a document that alleges that on January 4th of 2021, between 8:30 and 11:30 in the morning, in the area of 15979 East 106th Place, that you violated the city ordinance by allowing a disturbance by animal. Do you understand what it is you're accused of doing? All right, the city attorney says that you and he have worked out an agreement that we're going to hold your case in suspense. We're not going to require you to enter a plea today. We'll simply hold your case in suspense if you have no similar violations, that is, animal code violations, for a period of 6 months. At the end of 6 months, we'll look at your case. If there's no new violations, then I'll enter the order of dismissal at that time. Is this how you wish to resolve your case? Okay. You need to understand that you have the right today, which reminds me, did you watch the video advisement? Okay. You have the right today to plead not guilty to this charge. If you did that, the city would have to bring your case to trial within 91 days of today's date. That's called your right to a speedy trial. By agreeing to hold your case in suspense for 6 months, we're going beyond that 91 days. Do you understand that? Okay, are you willing to waive your right to a speedy trial to take advantage of this offer? Yes, sir. All right, now I got a series of questions I need to ask you. One, has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to give up this right to a speedy trial against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you that I am not aware of to get you to waive that right? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then I will find you've made a knowing and voluntary waiver of your right to a speedy trial in this case. When you go to the windows in the lobby to see my clerk, they're going to give you a notice of when the 6 months is up. After that 6-month date passes, you can contact my staff, assuming there's no problems, and get a copy of the order of dismissal closing this case. Do you have any questions? All right, go ahead and go to the windows and see my clerk. Mm-hmm. Andrew Romero, if you would come to station number 2, please. Good morning. I have 2 cases for you. Give me just a second. All right. In case number 2, 277-348. The allegation is that on April 1st of 2020, at 4:30 in the evening, in the area of the 6200 block of Monaco, you committed the offense of failure to yield. And the city attorney is agreeing to dismiss this case. He says that you're going to be pleading guilty in case number 302701 to the charge of having an open alcohol container in public and trespass on January 27th of 2021 at about 6 o'clock in the evening in the area of 5797 Quebec Street. Is this how you wish to resolve these two cases? All right, did you watch the advisement of rights video? Okay, give me a second. I want to get rid of this case that I'm dismissing first. All right, the city attorney says that he reviewed the elements of all of the original charges in this case with you. In other words, he explained what he would have to prove in order for you to be found guilty of the open container violation, a disorderly conduct violation, resisting arrest, and trespass. Did he review those elements with you? He did? Okay. Are you currently a member of or a veteran of the United States Armed Forces? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Okay, good. All right. So let me go through the advisement with you. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to the open container and trespass violation today, that you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this entire case? Do you understand that? It's actually in both cases. Do you understand that? All right, you're also giving up your rights to be presumed innocent of all of the original charges unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by pleading guilty to these two charges, you're waiving your right to have a trial. Do you understand that? You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the original charge against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf, and if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of a trial to testify or to remain silent. And if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of any one of the original charges in both cases, you would have the right to appeal that decision to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to these two charges today, you're giving up all of those trial and appeal-related rights? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to these charges against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter these guilty pleas? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? So then to the charge of trespass on January 27th of 2021 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty? To the charge of having an open alcohol container in public on January 27th of 2021 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I will accept your guilty pleas. I'll find they're knowing, intelligently, and voluntarily made with a full understanding of the rights being waived as well as the possible consequences. Give me just a minute while I read the report. All right. Anything you want to tell me that I should take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? Mr. Romero, where are you staying these days? All right. You're not a kid. You have to recognize when you drink too much, you get into unacceptable behavior. You get that, right? All right. I don't know at your age that you want to live the lifestyle where you get drunk, you get in trouble, you go to jail, you get released, you get drunk, you get in trouble, go to jail. You do not want to start that cycle with me. Do you understand that? All right. So here's what, are you working at all, or are you doing day labor or anything? Are you working at all? Okay, how much do you get each month? All right. I'm not going to impose a fine on either charge. I'm just going to impose court costs, $29. Listen carefully to how I'm imposing this sentence, though. I'm going to impose a 45-day jail sentence. I'm going to suspend the entire 45 days in jail on the following conditions. 1, you need to pay your court costs. 2, I'm going to order that you do 24 hours of useful public service at any nonprofit agency of your choice. It doesn't have to be done in Commerce City. The only thing I'm going to require is that the place that you pick to do it must be a legitimate nonprofit. You know, go to a food bank, pack boxes, Meals on Wheels, pack food boxes, Salvation Army, Art, Goodwill. I don't care where you do it. Just make sure the place you pick is a legitimate nonprofit. Do 24 hours of community service. Make sure that that gets filed back in my court by the deadline my clerks give you. They're going to give you 6 weeks to get it done in, okay? So make sure you get it done, turn in the form. I'm also going to order that you're not to return to the 7-Eleven at 5797 Quebec Street. In fact, I'm going to ban you from all 7-Elevens in Commerce City. Just as a general rule, they're going to trespass you if you show up in those stores anyway. I'm making it one step further. I'm ordering you. Don't go back into a 7-Eleven in Commerce City. If you do, I'm going to send you to jail for 45 days just for walking in their door. Do you understand that? All right. So, again, when you go to the windows, my clerks will work out the payment arrangements for the $29. They'll give you the community service form. And, then all you have to do is not pick up any new law violations, stay out of the 7-Eleven, you stay out of jail. Do you have any questions? Go to the windows in the lobby, see my clerk. Mm-hmm. All right, David Stegall, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have video capability or no?
Evidently, it's not working on my phone.
Okay, can you just tell me your complete name?
David Lynn Stegall.
All right, were you able to watch the advisement video?
I was informed by the of what everything is about with the
Yeah, that's not the answer to my question. If you have not watched it on your phone, you need to go to commercecitycourts.com, and then it'll give you a link to the advisement video. It's mandatory. You have to watch it before I can do your case. Okay?
Oh, okay. So now, so I just go there, and then what do I do? Call back?
You watch the link. You don't even have to hang up. You should be able to open another window on your phone.
Okay.
And then watch the video, and then as soon as you're done, just say, Judge, I'm ready. Something like that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Stephen Solomon, if you would come to station number 3, please, the lectern in the middle. All right, Mr. Solomon, first I have a request to set aside the default that entered when you failed to appear on January 27th. The city attorney has no objection, so I'm going to grant that request. The second document I have says that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, a 2-point violation on December 14th of 2020 at 11:15 in the morning in the area of 72nd Avenue and Highway 2, the city attorney will dismiss the improper lane use charge against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? All right. Did you watch the advisement of rights video? All right. I'm going to go through some of those rights with you. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge today, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this case? You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of the original charge unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond or without a trial, because by pleading guilty to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to have a trial. Do you understand that? You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the original charge against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf. And if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of a trial to testify or to remain silent. And if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of the original charge, you would have the right to appeal that conviction to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea, you're giving up all of those trial and appeal-related rights? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle on December 14th of 2020 here in Commerce City. This is a 2-point violation. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty? I'll accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? All right, your schedule fine's $60. Give me just 1 second. Your driving record shows a ticket from Thornton in, oh no, that's after. No, it's before. January of 2020. Is that entry correct? All right, I'm going to reduce your fine to $40 plus surcharges plus court costs. And I don't know if the lien has been placed against your license. If so, there's going to be a $30 fee to clear the lien from your license with the Department of Motor Vehicles, okay? No. We'll do it electronically, and you pay it here, and then we send them the clearance notice. So $40 plus surcharges plus court costs plus the $30 clearance fee. Any questions? Go to the window, my clerk. Mr. Stegall, have you been able to watch the video?
Yes, I just got done with it.
All right. I have a document that indicates that you're agreeing to plead no contest to committing the offense of trespass on January 5th of 2021 at 11:45 in the morning in the area of 7750 Highway 2 here in Commerce City. In exchange for pleading no contest to this charge, the city attorney has agreed to recommend that I not impose a direct jail sentence against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that if I accept your plea, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this case?
Yes.
You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of the original charge unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by entering this plea today, you're waiving your right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're waiving your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the original charge against you. You're waiving your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf. And if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses effectively ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of a trial to testify or to remain silent. And if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of the original charge, you would have the right to appeal that conviction to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your no contest plea today, you are giving up all of those trial and appeal-related rights?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to enter this plea against your will?
No.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No.
Then to the charge of trespass on January 5th of 2021 at 7750 Highway 2 here in Commerce City, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
All right, then I will accept your plea. I'll find it's knowing, intelligently, and voluntarily made with a full understanding of the rights being waived as well as the possible consequences. Give me just a moment while I review the report in this case.
Okay.
All right, is there anything you want to tell me that I should take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
Other than the fact that I wasn't in a Jeep, and I don't know anyone with a Jeep. Evidently, that was in the report. I was just passing through to go from one street to another, and I was told by somebody there that I couldn't be there.
Stegall,
Yes, sir.
you were found asleep. That's not the conduct of somebody passing through a place.
Oh, I was sound asleep?
Yep, you were found asleep.
Oh,
I had to wake you up.
okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
All right, anything else you want me to take into consideration?
No, sir, except that I was on medication for my toe. It got cut off for frostbite, so that must have had something to do with it.
All right, are you currently employed?
No, I'm not, sir. I'm homeless.
Okay.
I am at the Denver Rescue Mission on a program for 9 months.
All right, I'm going to waive all fines and costs. I'll find that you're indigent. I'm going to impose and suspend all of a 30-day jail sentence. The entire jail sentence is suspended on the following conditions. One,
Okay.
I'm ordering you to stay away from the Clearview Motel. You're not to return to the property at 77050 Highway 2 for any reason whatsoever. Stay on the street if you're in that vicinity. Don't go across that property. 2, you're to commit no new law violations in Commerce City for a period of 1 year. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm not going to impose community service or anything else because you're currently living at someplace that doesn't provide for that, and also you're in a program. But if you come back into Commerce City, when you're here, you need to stay out of trouble, because if you get in trouble, I'm going to send you to the Adams County Jail in Brighton for 30 days. Do you understand
Okay.
that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it. You can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Thank you so much.
All right, good luck.
All right, bye-bye.
Did he sign up with an email address? Okay, obviously then you can send him a copy of the order. You can go ahead and leave the meeting, Mr. Stigall. He's the last one we have on this one, so I can leave the meeting.